Good afternoon and hello. Welcome to this week's Lunchtime Live. My name is Cydelle Stewart of Remotely Onit, and I'm here today to share with you my weekly musings, thoughts, and insights on a business area that affects solo service-based business owners in the world of online business and beyond. So this week, I will be sharing with you 5 steps to filter in potential time wasters and other non-suitable clients. There's nothing worse than working with people who are not the right fit for you and who you cannot actually help in the best way, or who want to work with you but who don't really meet the criteria of what it is that you deliver. And I know that often business owners can find themselves in situations where they take on board clients that are not necessarily the right fit for all sorts of reasons. Sometimes they don't know how to say no. Sometimes it's about money and the person is willing to pay for a service that you deliver. But it's really important that you don't get caught up in taking on anybody and everybody who wants to work with you just because they decide they want to. There are lots of things to take into consideration. Sometimes people just want to pick your brain for free. Sometimes people want to attempt to use a discovery call as an unpaid consultation. And lots of people have horror stories about people who have worked with others and it didn't go so well. And one of the things that sometimes people also do is give you 101 reasons why somebody that they worked with didn't work out, and they will list all the reasons why this person was terrible at what they did or how they worked, and they don't take any accountability for their part in the story or the journey. And that's something that you should also be very aware of. So what I want to share with you today are the things that I think you should consider before you work with people to ensure they're not time wasters and they're not going to be unsuitable for what you do or who you do it for. Right. So, one of the things is, are you aligned? Are you aligned in terms of your values, your ways of working, the boundaries that you hold, and what it is that you want to deliver? Is it work that lights you up? Those are things that you need to be considering before you take that person on board as a client. Can you actually support them to achieve their desired outcomes and results? Is what they are trying to achieve something that you do? Is it something that you're able to offer and do well? Or is it, again, something that somebody wants to do and you think, well, I've got the capacity, or I have a space at the moment, or I could do with the income at the moment, and so I'm going to take it on board? These are things that you should be considering. Also, is the person at the appropriate place in their journey to receive what it is that you offer? The solution or the transformation that you are providing, are they at the right stage in their journey in terms of their career and what they're doing to receive that? Or are they too early or too late? It sounds like a silly question to some people, but actually it's a really important consideration, because if somebody, for example, we supply remote support to people who are in a particular element of their journey. They're at a particular stage in their journey, and sometimes what we'll find is people aren't ready to work with another person. Their business is not at that stage. They don't have a sustainable income yet, or they don't have the work to generate, or they don't generate enough work to warrant having somebody in their business all the time. These are things that you really need to consider. Also, do they have the budget to support um, the price point of the service? Sometimes people need your support and they do need what you're offering, but they don't have the budget to make it sustainable for this to be an ongoing provided service, and that can actually cause headaches and mishaps along the way. You don't need those types of those types of clients in your business. We've all been there. So I'm sure you've heard before, never take on a client solely for the money because it will always end up in headache or heartache or both. So after 14 years in business, I'm going to share with you my 5 recommended ways to filter potential time wasters and other non-suitable clients. So number one is, if you haven't already, develop a client avatar and get clear on your ideal client. Who are they? Who is your ideal paying client? That's an important distinction, because having an ideal client is one thing if they tick all of these boxes, but then also, like I mentioned, do they have a sustainable budget to make this an ongoing relationship that is feasible and sustainable for them? You want to know as much about this particular client avatar as possible, their needs, their drivers, their fears, and their aspirations. All of these things are important in terms of working with people in a service-based business. So get to know who your ideal client is and ensure that when you are speaking to potential prospects or speaking to potential leads, however you want to frame your ideal potential clients, make sure that they are fit in this avatar and it's in the direction that you want it to go in. Number two, ensure your marketing messaging speaks to your ideal client pain points and their aspirations. So when you're doing your marketing, make sure that it's easy for this person to recommend or to receive the information that you're sharing and to recognize that actually it's for them. Have you ever had a social media post or an email go out to your audience and for somebody to come back and say, oh my gosh, I felt like you were talking directly to me, I could hear you, I kept looking over my shoulder thinking, how do you know this? Those are your clients. Those are the people that should be attracted to you and that usually are attracted to you based on the messages that you put out. And that's how you know there is an alignment, and that's really important. When your marketing message speaks to your ideal client, you're going to attract the right people, but also it helps them to self-identify that you're the right person for them, and that's a winning situation. Number three is filter inquiries from prospective clients with a qualifying form or qualifying questions that ask specific things that you need to know. This is how you're going to determine if you're aligned before wasting time on a call. So, for example, if you use discovery calls or connection calls, clarity calls, whatever you want to call them, if you use a call to qualify whether somebody is a right fit for you, having questions that this person answers before they jump on a call with you is also going to be a good use of both of your time, because in that process they might realize, oh, actually, yeah, now that I've read these questions, I'm recognizing actually it's not the right time for me to do this, or you're not the person that I should be doing this with. And by using those questions, you're going to be able to filter out the people that aren't any good, but also gain some insights into the types of inquiries that you do get, the stage of their journey that people are at when they reach out to you, so you can understand a little bit more about whether your marketing messages are attracting the right types of people into your world. So it's really useful to have qualifying questions in your process. Number four is outline your client boundaries. Be super clear on your absolutes and your deal breakers. You don't really want to learn these on the job whilst working with people. So be clear on what's important to you before taking people on board. What do you need to be aligned on? Is it their value, your values or their values? Is it a ethos, a way of thinking? Is it that you want to work with people who um, come from a particular background or place, or have particular ideals around specific things? Is it a case of wanting people who are going to respect the way that you show up, the way that you work? These are really key things that you need to consider before you get to a point where these people become clients, only to find out that actually, no, you're not my people, or I'm not your people, and actually this is not a match made in heaven. And finally, number five is Charge for time spent picking your brain. You often hear people go, "Oh, can I just jump on a call with you to just ask you a few questions?" Or "I really need some help with this particular area." This is your expertise that people are tapping into. And if these people have respect for what you do and for you as a person, they'll be willing to actually pay for your expertise and not to just say, jump on a call and just give me all of this information and then I'm going to go on my merry way and get on with life. You want people who actually recognize that they are essentially tapping into you, your expertise, which is likely a wealth of knowledge that is going to be useful for them and help them to move forward in their journey. So they should be willing to book you to do that, and they should be happy to pay for your time, whether that's a discovery call that you charge for, or a consultation, or a power hour, or anything like that. If somebody is serious and you share that link with them, they should be willing to do that. Yes, sometimes they're not in a position to pay financially for your time at that moment, and that's fine too. Nobody's disparaging anyone for that. But in the general, when people are tapping into you for your expertise, you really want people who are going to value your time and be willing to pay for your expertise. Those are my top 5 ways to filter out potential time wasters and other non-suitable clients for you and what you do, and to ensure you're spending your valuable time on people who you actually can genuinely help to move along or to get a transformation. If you're interested in these types of insights, then do check out my forthcoming masterclass called Easeful: Success Tactics for Solo Service-Based Business Owners who want to attract desirable, aligned clients. The key thing is aligned. If people are not aligned, you will find the work, regardless of what you do, to be an uphill struggle and the relationship to be painful. You want to work with people who get what you do, who see the benefit in what you do, and who are going to derive the results that they need from what you do. That's really, really important. And it means that you get to make an impact and that you get to have some job satisfaction too. So, like I say, if that's important to you and you want to attract desirable, aligned clients, do join me for my forthcoming masterclass, Easeful: Success Tactics for Solo Service-Based Business Owners. It's happening on Tuesday, the 27th of February online, and the details are on our website, remotelyonit.com/easeful hyphen masterclass, where you can find the information, and you can also find the link below in the caption. You've been listening to me, Cydelle Stewart, possibility architect, virtual assistant mentor, and founder of Remotely Onit, a boutique agency that supports business owners in the online and on and beyond space with their back office and their administrative processes and procedures. So if you need things done like your tech back office, sorry, administrative support, lifestyle support, then do check us out. Like I said, you can find our website below in the caption. I am looking forward to seeing you again next week. I'll be right here on YouTube on Monday, the next Monday in the calendar. I can't remember the date, but I'll see you then. In the meantime, take care and have a great rest of the week. Peace.